large screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Powered by Panama City Toyota. Your home for Auburn Tiger basketball. WGSX Lynn Haven. WVLQ Port St. Joe. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Lights, camera, action.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Do you know who I am?
Live and local inside the J. Michaels studio.
People know me.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub!
Full of water. I stay hot tub.
Hey, that's one of the best songs all time.
Stay hot tub. Gonna get you hot tub. I'm gonna make it wet. Stay hot tub. Rubber dub in the hot tub. Rubber dub with me. Drink in the hot tub.
Yeah!
Really make me sweat.
Yeah!
Drink in the hot tub.
Yeah!
Really make me wet.
Yeah!
Well.
Well, good morning. I think we should have somebody with robes in here waving us down. Let's bend down, turn around, jump around, pick a bell of cotton. I love that song.
Yeah, that's good.
The legendary James Brown. Eddie Murphy's incredible. I forget that we're all getting old. I saw a picture of him the other day. Good morning, Wildcat. Are you okay?
I'm not getting old.
You look good. You know why? You go to Max Fest Sports Nutrition.
Right.
Do you want to look better, feel better? Better sleep, less
right.
cholesterol in your body. They can make it
bars.
all happen naturally. You don't have to go to a doctor and get on a prescription that makes everybody wealthy. You can go to MaxFit Sports Nutrition like Jim has done. I've done it. We got so many people from 360 Jim go down there and buy all kind of products. Let me ask you something about the cream. And Jason Kovaleski and Jim Brandon are here every Tuesday, every Friday, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. My question to you is, I don't put the cream on, and I obviously forget the name of it. For when I hurt my shoulder, I put it on there. If I hurt my calf muscle or have problems, I put it on there. I don't put it on every day. Some people do it. I'm like, I don't think you need to do that. Only if you're hurting. Am I wrong or right?
No, if you have an injury, I would do it every day because it's going to heal the injury. Because what BPC does is increase the collagen and protein synthesis within like connective tissue, so ligaments, muscles, bones, anything that is an injury to that type of location is going to heal over time. So you need to apply it every day. But if you're just doing it for like, I woke up on my shoulder a little wrong last night, I got it sore, you can do it for like a day or two and then like discontinue it because it takes the inflammation out too. So it's not only just taking the inflammation out, which is 95% of pain is, it's also healing what's causing the pain, which is different than what you're going to get from a pharmaceutical drug.
And again, the name of that?
It's a BPC 157, which is a peptide that we actually produce in our stomach, gastric juices, so it's not toxic to the body or else we would all be dead. And then
it works
TB500.
for all ages, but I know so many people at 360 in their 70s plus and 60s, 70s and plus, when they have injury, they swear by it. You need to get it. You got a back that's bothering you. Yeah, your hips hurting, your shoulder. It really helps my shoulder out.
Yeah.
One of the few things that actually works. And if you have problems sleeping, you've got to get on it. It's the best to save me.
If you have some of these guys, playing football, baseball, basketball, I mean, it's safe for younger guys, too. I mean, if you got an injury, turned an ankle or something, it's going to accelerate that healing. Now, I had a torn rotator cuff. They wanted me to have surgery on it. After the hurricane, we had some accidents at the store trying to get, all the stuff out. And it healed my rotator cuff within 6 weeks.
She told me about
and I didn't have to have surgery.
Yeah, that stuff. You got some great stuff down there, no doubt about it. If you got a son or daughter, you want to get an edge in sports, get bigger, stronger, faster, go visit Jason Kovaleski. I guarantee you it'll pay off. All right, I want to get into something. I have 2 granddaughters. Jim, you raised a lot of girls. You've raised them for a long time now. This stuff for the Democrat Party, I don't get it one bit. When every single one of them voted the same, 60 votes, whatever the vote was, every single Democrat senator voted no. There was a bill being passed that would eliminate males. It would protect women in girls' sports. Bottom line. They could get this bill passed and it'd be hard to ever overturn it, and we'd be done with this. We've got a president now standing up for young women and kids and the Republicans. And I thought for sure we'd have some senators that would be for this. We had some.
That would have common sense.
Yeah, I actually were there some Republicans against it also? I don't see one, but maybe I could be wrong on that.
So.
But let me ask, just common sense. You daughters, you got them. I've got granddaughters. I got a daughter. I don't want a male that in his head screwed up in his head. I'm sorry, you're screwed up in the head. You were born a male. You're a male. God doesn't make any mistakes, in my opinion. So you might think you're this. You might think you're a millionaire, and you're not. You might think you're a female. You're not. But you want to allow them to go in there, and we've had this happen at the college level. They go in and they get butt naked right there in front of the girls swimmers, Kentucky swimmers and everything else, and they think that's okay. What in their mind, what common sense would you say, no, we're not going to? Is it just get any vote you can get?
I'll be honest with you. I don't know what the thinking is. Yes, I've got a lot of girls, and yes, I was a girls track coach for almost 20 years in different places. Mm-hmm. Let me just here to tell you, I coached and really good ones too at Cape Coral High School. James could tell we had some really good girl athletes.
Yeah.
The best girl athlete isn't even close to boys. No. They're not even close. I'll give you an example, a real life example. We had I'm not going to give you names. This is back at Cape Coral High School. As a sophomore, she ran 100 meters in the state of Florida in 11.8 seconds. Now, for a girl, that's flying. Yeah. Especially when you're only in 10th grade. Now, we also had on the boys' team, we had the state champ in the 200 meters, who ran the fastest time in the nation. His 100-meter time was about 10.3, 10.4, something like that. Right. So if you ran both those really high-end athletes, elite athletes on the same track, the boy would win by over 10 yards.
Right, yeah.
Let him run against Isaac.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. And I'm talking about a good girl sprinter. I'm not talking about she was really good. I mean, there's just no comparison.
I think 2 Olympics ago, the women's basketball team played a high school team. It was a really good boys basketball team, though. Don't get me wrong. They were a high-end elite high school team. They beat them by 20. It wasn't even close.
So here's my question, So every single one of those Democrats who voted against that, they don't have any girls.
That's what I was thinking.
They don't have any daughters in sports.
Grandkids.
So you'd be okay with a boy coming home or, hey, daddy, or granddaddy, guy got undressed in front of me in the locker. You're okay with that? Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah,
I just don't.
I don't think many Democrats support this. To be honest, the people I talk to, at least, are normal. Why do they? They don't want men competing with women. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It makes no sense.
Think
about your daughter. Works her entire life. She's about to win state and swim, and a kid, a boy that thinks he's a girl, just mentally ill, goes down there and beats her by 20 seconds and crushes her dream. We saw the girl in the Olympics fight the guy and get beat up. I mean,
we're talking across the board. Any sport, weightlifting,
right? Yeah,
track, swimming. What is it? Will they do anything for a vote? Would they let millions of illegals without vaccines come into this country when they make you get vaccines? I'm just curious.
I don't think they're getting any votes off of it, and the last election showed it. I just think they're so hardcore about what their platform is and divisiveness. They know this stuff. We're going to talk about it. People are going to talk about it. It divides people, and I don't know how this got political because this is just common sense stuff. You know what I'm saying? This isn't something that.
Don't give me that look. So we got one in the rooms for it. Are you fighting for it? No. I saw that look.
I'm just waiting for him to bring out the gorillas and put them into the weightlifting contest.
There we
go. We have a gorilla that's an American. We gave him some papers. He's an American, so he's going to lift these weights. He's going to do a clean jerk. He clean jerks 2,000 pounds. And then
But where does it stop? What if LeBron James is 50 years old, wants to continue to play basketball, and he identifies as a woman, goes to the WNBA and plays for another 20 years?
Mike Tyson wants to box.
I mean, where does it stop? What's the threshold for being a woman versus a man now?
I'll be honest with you, this shocked me.
Well, somebody was talking about the other day in here, I can't remember who it was. Democrats, if you're confused about the genders, watch Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. They kind of said it's a little 5-year-old kid sets you straight. So if you're not sure which one it is, watch that movie and come back, report back to us. This will be your homework. Report back tomorrow. What did you learn in Kindergarten Cop?
What I don't understand is if this is such a huge problem, why not just have a transgender, separate,
absolutely.
If you are confused, if you don't know if you're a guy or girl, we got another whole classification for you. You can race each other.
Because nobody will watch it.
Right.
Nobody will care.
No.
You're right.
But if that's what their goal is, to give these people a platform to be able to compete with women, just go compete against each other.
Might be a whole new source of revenue for CBS.
We could have the transgender Olympics.
Another whole thing for on ESPN.
Transgender world sports.
What's the guy? Who was the guy that fought Tyson? The younger guy that fought Tyson. Remember they built it up and it was not even worth watching.
Paul.
Yeah. Okay. Did you see the?
Oh, you're talking about the Paul brothers?
Yeah. Did you see the latest thing?
With Gene Hackman?
They showed they showed a picture of him, and it goes. He goes, the fight with Gene Hackman's still on. I about died. And I love Gene Hackman. I'm not making fun of him.
No, yeah. He's a great
crazy.
actor.
We got a caller? Let's take this caller. Maybe this guy here is for female sports, and maybe he's a Democrat. I'm not sure. A Democrat senator from the great state of Tennessee. I'm not sure. Good morning.
There hasn't been a Democrat senator from Tennessee in a minute. I just want to let you know. I mean, come on, Marsha Blackburn. We recruit our senators from Jones County, Mississippi. Come on, in Mississippi State. But I coached women. Y'all don't think I was a coach. I was a coach, and I don't. It was called the VSAC, so we don't use that terminology. Volunteer State Athletic Conference, small colleges used to be called that. I didn't coach in it, but it's antecedents. But you notice, I want to point something out. And by the way, Jason, you're right. But let them die on that hill.
Yeah.
The American public's 85-15 against that crap. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll point out something else. You don't find guys saying, "Oh, I want to play lacrosse with the girls. I want to play golf with the girls, and I want to play field hockey with the girls."
Yeah.
I identify as feminine. And these are not people who are transing or anything. They just identify. They play make believe.
Right.
I want to believe I'm a woman. Put on my tutu and I go, well, they don't play stick and ball games with the women. Y'all know why. You don't have to take your imagination too far.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they know how to swing them sticks. I tell you what, if one of my guys had come to me and said, I want to play on the girls' golf team, the girls, I would have said, okay, go play with them. Go hit from their tees, which, by the way, women's golf in college plays 6,000 plus. I mean, it's like regular guys don't play that usually.
Yeah.
And they would have beat the hell out of them with a sand wedge, you know?
Yeah.
So I didn't call to get all excited. Y'all really riled me up. I had some a Mobile and a football question because it's can you say Fat Tuesday? It's non-judgmental Tuesday. It's like,
where Mardi Gras started, the great state of Alabama, Mobile's where all got kicked off.
I want to talk to you about that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Okay. By the way, this would be a great day, football coaches, to go out and practice throwing for the games that get moved to Thursday right before we evacuate for the Hurricanes. This afternoon would be great for that. By the way, that's an ugly joke about Hurricanes. But which set of brothers from Mobile may still be the winningest coaches as brothers? I'm not, don't get confused with like Lou Holtz and Skip and the Bowdens and everything. Brothers. Which set of brothers? I don't know for sure. I didn't Google it. You can check me later. But I think, I know at one time they had the most wins among college coaches that were brothers.
College coaches?
That were brothers. They have to be brothers. Like Coach Hale, you and Brother Jim there, y'all aren't really brothers, so you can't share victories.
Yeah.
But
I thought you were
Jim Bob would get it, I bet.
Now, Sam Jones, Philip Jones, and James Jones were the winningest coaches ever in Pee Wee football down there. But now,
Jim Jones, he had that screw up down in Guyana.
Yeah, but they forgave him. They did forgive him.
Come on, this is college, man. I'm talking
college. I don't know college.
SEC.
Blaine Burnett's family. I don't know.
I would think the
Bowdens. I tell you who would get this.
The Bowdens?
No, it's not.
No, they're from
Terry.
They're from Birmingham.
Dooleys, man.
Yeah,
the Dooleys, buddy.
The Dooleys?
The Dooleys.
Are you serious? I didn't know that.
Bill and Vince. I think so. Brian would have probably got it right away.
Yeah, he lives down there. Yeah. I did not know. So you're talking about Vince Dooley, right?
Yeah, but Bill coached at Virginia Tech,
Right.
Places.
I did not know
and
they were
I
from
think
Mobile.
so. I'm speculating. I mean, I'm talking about D1. I'm not talking about Caleb and DeBoer and whoever's coaching out at whatever in NAI out west.
Well,
but
you know how the great state of Ohio is the Brandt family. I mean, everybody knows that. My God, they're everywhere.
Okay, and that would be Jim Bob's people, right?
Yes.
All right. So I know I don't mean to disrespect him, but. Now, I didn't even keep up with my wins as a coach. I kept up with, my team versus team wins. I kept up with winning tournaments, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not bragging on myself, but my daughter, who coached, I don't make too much drop a name, but you know who Salil is? Salil over at Florida State?
No.
You don't see. Well, that's actually the most disappointing FSU team this year. They should have won the women's national soccer championship, but didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, not most disappointing, but they had the most realistic expectations of a national victory.
Yeah.
But anyway, she coached her years ago. She would hate me for dropping her. I'm not dropping her name. She's a private person.
Yeah.
She doesn't coach anymore. She retired from coaching.
Hey, Mike, we got to get off in 1 second, but I got to ask you right before we get off. But seriously, we were talking about that earlier. We were honestly about that. Can you believe those seriously? Every single one of them voted against that. I don't understand. Do you have a reason why they would do it?
Well, it's money, man. It's about the money. Who gives them the money? Did you watch the Oscar Stove? They gave a porno. They gave a porno. Which I mean, I don't. It's an adult movie.
We'll ask Wildcat about all those films when we get back.
Yeah. Okay. Well, by the way,
must watch.
I got one other thing I want to say to you, Coach Hale, because you know I love you. Chomp. Bye.
All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Man, we are pumped up. We got Kyle Vandegrift. You know, we got the local 115, historical downtown Panama City. That place is incredible. Great place to go to market on the weekends and head on down and have a great lunch. It's like a Bay County Hall of Fame. Pictures of all athletes, band members, cheerleaders, you name it, is on the walls down there. It's incredible. Sports theme, oyster bar, crab cake, steamed seafood, gumbo, soup, salads. They got a salad bar. It's incredible. Wings, ice cold beer. Try the Tommy Oliver. I think you'll really enjoy that. But now, you know, Kyle has just started that, him and some partners, but he's always had TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. They design, they build, they do it all, man. Residential, commercial, they're incredible. If you want a new roof, you want the best, is TK Vandy Roofing. Everything that guy touches turns to gold. Yeah. Kyle Vandegrift is incredible. When I need a new roof and it's getting close, I know who I'm going with, and I know who you should go with too. That is with TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. Unbelievable people. Also, live from J. Michael's studio in beautiful Panama City Beach, the legendary J. Michael's Restaurant, the best seafood, the coldest beer, the food's incredible, the best shrimp you'll get, fried shrimp you'll get anywhere. I think it's a season. Whatever they do is incredible. Today's special is black beans and quesadillas. It's outstanding. Go check it out. Try their burgers. Are unbelievable. The legendary J. Michael's. South Oak Title and Closing. Stevenson Air Conditioning, #1, not even closed. Jason, that's what I love about you and your company. You guys are local. We take care of locals. Stevenson Air Conditioning is local. We need to take care of local businesses.
Absolutely.
They're the best. They know us. They love us. Yeah.
Keep it in the city.
I mean, shut up. We'll be right back. We get back. Wildcat, the best porn movie. What? I didn't know that. The Academy Award gave it to a porn movie.
10.
I didn't know that.
I don't
watch Oscars.
I don't watch the Oscars. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
Up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Winter Storm Enzo.
And breaking weather as it happens.
Hurricane Helene.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
Rely on it.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Tuesday's weather. This afternoon and evening there will be a strong breeze out of the south-southeast, some sun and 72. A chance of thunderstorms and clouds tonight, about the same at 64. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and a strong breeze right around 22 miles per hour with a high of 69. A bit colder at 62 Thursday, and we'll have mostly sunshine. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Take your next adventure in an award-winning Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Discover the new Kia. We invite you to stop by Bill Bird Kia and test drive the new 2025 Kia. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. The 2025 Kia SUV family has movement that inspires. Drive away today in a new 2025 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or Telluride. Fuel the thrill and command the road in the luxury of a 2025 Kia K5 sedan and from Bill Bird Kia. Performance, power, and design built for you. Spark inspiration in the all-electric 2025 EV9. It's a modern masterpiece, fast charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original home for the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or anytime at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust. Your local community dealer is Bill Bird Kia.
Auburn basketball is chasing another SEC championship.
Jones a screen, stopping top three straight away. It's Miles Kelly, right wing, outside the arc, working on Warren. Three. Boom! Absolute dagger.
The Tigers clash with Texas A&M in College Station. Coverage at 7:30. Tip off at 8 p.m. tonight on your home for the Auburn Sports Network.
ESPN Northwest Florida, War Eagle.
If you got more A's on your truck than you did in high school, you might be a Bama fan. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We were talking about earlier the not one senator, Democrat senator, voted to eliminate male participating in women's sports, which is disgusting that they would vote that way. I don't care. All right, tonight we got to be careful. Make sure you got your warning systems on. 3 o'clock. I think it's going to come in real quick. It's going to leave really quick. Around 3 o'clock in the morning, it's going to hit us. Between 3 and 4, I believe, the latest they had when I was watching this morning. And it's going to be worse west if you go west, you're going to get into it.
Yeah,
severe weather tonight. They really bad in Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas. Cold fronts coming in. We got a gale warning now. If you haven't looked,
I saw the wind warnings, but I didn't know it was that serious.
Oh yeah, but they did say it's weakening as it comes our way. Now, if you're up Interstate 10 that way, say Walton County up that way west, he's going to have a worse chance of getting tornadoes and things like that. But they think it's going to be more of a wind event. So, but you got to pay attention. That's the reason we're in the warnings in the zone to watch out.
Down
for.
the hatches.
We're in the yellow. We're not in the red.
So
like west of us is in the red.
When are you going in your closet with the helmet on?
My safe place is in.
Are you going to be back in town tomorrow for the show? That's what I.
I can't. The way I usually leave, I can't go because it's going to be worse there. My safe place is over in Jason's compound. It's really cool. We go there and we have a great time. No, we go in our bathroom and we wear what James Spann out of Birmingham, Alabama says. If you have a tornado warning, protect your head. Make sure you got tennis shoes on because if it gets hit, you walk around on glass and nails and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he said, get a helmet on, bike helmet. We got 2 old football helmets we put on. We laugh as or not. We listen to the guy, knows what he's talking about. We will put our helmets on. We'll get in our safe room. We've had it where it hit. You know, we had a tornado hit Jared's house. Yeah. It went right over there, hit those homes over there, and really destroyed one of the friends of our. Bill's, I mean, he's a insurance guy. But anyway, you get into a room where there's no windows. You get in the middle of the house, in a smaller room if you can, closet, bathroom. A bathtub's good. And where our bathroom is, where the tub and toilet is, there's no. That's probably the safest place.
What's bad about this is the time of day, or should we say time of night? That
you don't want really things to come through at night. Most people are sleeping.
You can't see it.
You can't see it. When you're sleeping, you don't wake up, and you can't get to your safe place.
Have a tendency not to take.
But then again, during the daytime with the heat, it's usually worse. Yeah. So.
I might rather be asleep, to be honest.
Yeah, lucky enough.
I don't want to be walking around with a helmet on at 2 a.m.
Throughout the years, he can make fun of me all he wants. Throughout the years, we've been in our safe place, and guess who we're on the phone with talking to? His wife. Okay, she has warned us before.
But we don't have helmets on.
Well, there you go. I'm gonna get you and Judy a helmet.
There you go.
Just aluminum foil.
You can wear a baseball helmet. Speaking of baseball, let's bring him on now. The head baseball coach. I just saw a thing for my brother-in-law's birthday today. The head baseball coach at Rutherford, Coach Coffin. Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Good morning, guys. How are you guys doing? I'm doing great.
Do you have your safe place? If you have tornado warnings, you know where to go?
Yeah, we're going to batten down the hatches. Hopefully it doesn't do too much of the field.
Yeah, I hope with you. Hey, we hadn't talked to you in a week. What's happened since last time we've talked to you? How the kids doing?
We've had a pretty good week. I think we've had 4 games. We beat Bluntstown last Tuesday on a walk-off.
Nice.
Went to Franklin County, lost that one, but then came back on Thursday last week and beat North Bay Haven 13-3.
Dang.
And then we caught the flu bug over the weekend and had 4 starters out last night at Freeport and took the loss there, but starting to play some good baseball here once we got rolling in the season.
Man, I love it. I like that for you. You've done a great job over there building that thing back. Then I'll bring it up again. I hate it. You build them, you develop them, and all of a sudden some people leave. But you know what? They don't want to be there. That's fine. You do a great job. Keep up the hard work. What do you have this week? What's going on this week?
So we got Fort Walton Beach tonight, and then we have Bay on Friday.
So it looks like you made it through the first stretch of the season. It looks like you got about 7 games at home. I think the first Fort Walton Beach game you guys lost 5-4, maybe on a walk-off or something. So it seems like you have an opportunity maybe here to put some wins together, at least feel better about playing at home. Talk a little bit about what that means and how the schedule sets up over the next 7 games for you.
Yeah, it's kind of unique to have this many home games in a row, but the guys are excited about it. We've kind of been on the road here the past couple of weeks, so getting home, get some fans in the stands, and yeah, Fort Walton Beach walked it off on us at their place. We had the lead up 4-3 going into the 7th, and then kind of blew that one. But yeah, looking to get some revenge tonight.
Yeah.
Can you hear? I'm working on my mic. Anyway, Coach, I'm sorry. Jason asked you that question, and I was screwing with something else. How many home games do you have this week?
Both the games this week are at home.
Good.
We
All
got
right.
Fort Walton Beach tonight, and then Bay on Friday at home.
Now, Rutherford, do you guys have where you can buy tickets at the gate, or do you have to get on the phone and do all that crap to get the tickets?
Yeah, we got to do it on the new Go Fan now.
Is that across the board, all the games now?
Yeah, I think school-wide it's across the board now.
Wow, okay. Well, buddy, keep it up. I hope you keep on winning those ball games. Again, you do a great job over there, and we will talk to you next Tuesday. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, appreciate it, too.
Bye, buddy.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Rutherford Rams.
They got a couple good wins. They got 7 games here in a row at home, so they can stretch around some more wins and get this thing going in the right direction again.
Yeah.
Because they're playing pretty well. I mean,
think where was that before he got there?
They beat North Bay Haven like 13-3. That's a decent team, too. So
he got a great coach
They're turning it around a little bit, and I think being on the road and then coming home like that's going to give them a little bit extra boost. So we'll see what happens. I think Fort Walton Beach tonight is going to get beat down.
Yeah,
go out there and support them, though. This is how you can support these high school athletes: is go buy tickets, help them build up their program, and we want sustained success with all these programs at Bay County, and have every kid have an opportunity to get to that next level.
Yeah, he went over there and beat Bobby Hughes' team. He did a really good job. Yeah. There's no doubt about that. I don't like. I hate doing the phones. I hate doing the computers. What's happened the old way? They have somebody taking the gate up. You buy a ticket, you go in. Why can't we do that anymore? What is so hard about that? I know I guess it has to be easier to do it on the phone, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's probably easier for them to track than having all that cash in their hand.
They don't have to get a ball.
But it was okay for all the other
I
years.
understand. I mean,
I got to ask Jerry about that.
Yeah.
I just wish they'd do it. I mean, it's some older people. I'm serious. Y'all can laugh at me. Well, there's other people think like I do. Like, if I got to go through all that, I don't want to do that.
Right.
I know people out there that don't ever get on their phone. They don't buy anything online.
They're afraid to because you get hacked.
You get hacked, yeah. I just don't know how to do it.
The software. Yeah,
I just don't know how to do it. I don't want to learn. Julie was a former athletic director, and she was talking about, what about Title IX? This was designed by the politicians to protect and equalize sports across the board for as financing and things like that. How does that come into play when you let these people that what do you call them? They think they're female, male,
transgender.
What I don't know if you call them that or not. I don't know what they're called. But anyway, that's a good point. How does that work with Title IX?
So when you realize the root problem of this is just divisiveness, I mean,
and money,
I mean, they're going to get money through the people that donate to them, but it's such a small percentage of the country that believes or has, any thought that this is a good idea. But it's all about divisiveness. This is stuff that people are going to talk about and get angry about and argue about, and it just divides left versus right again, and that's their whole point. It doesn't really matter what they're talking about because they come up with some crazy stuff like this. It's just divisiveness, and that's their whole goal, and it's been working for them for decades. That's how they keep their powers. They divide each other from blue to red, left to right, religions, race, and then they pin each other against each other. So it's just another evidence of that. So I don't pay a whole lot of attention to it, but they should be stopping this. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you believe in women's rights, women's sports, if you're a feminist and you're okay with this, then you're probably in the wrong direction.
Right. All right, that's all some of the great people we have. We got a phone call we'll take when we get back from this phone call and Jim's FSU update. Dr. Chad Mitchell, love the man, a legend. 25 years. This will be coming up his 26th year that he has given up his weekends for Bay County athletes. This doesn't happen. Nobody gives up that kind of. You might lucky to get somebody for 4 or 5 years. If you're even that, you don't hear about it anymore. But he's a legendary doctor. People can call. They come from all around just to have him operate on him. He's that good. He is robotic surgery trained. He can do it the old-fashioned way with his hands. The guy's incredible. Listen to him every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Also, just make an appointment. Knees, shoulders, hips. You name it, you get injured, you go see the best. That's Chad Mitchell, not even close. Also, Newbies, 4 great locations. I'll be talking about them in a little bit. They always support the FSU update. Get out to Newbies. Spring break is back, so people are going to be jam-packed at Newbies and the mothership for sure. Get down to Newbies Chilling on the Curve, watch all sporting events, head down to the mothership, listen to the best bands. Not only weekends, they're going to have them there all around. She's going to have great entertainment during spring break. Charlotte's incredible. There's no doubt about her and John always giving back to the community. Let's make sure we support all 4 of the Newbies. And don't forget the new one in St. Andrews. Dr. Ward, tomorrow 7:30. Can't wait to visit with him. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. Speaking of females, okay, you got breast cancer you got to really worry about and skin cancer. Those are the 2 big ones. A lot of women get it. A lot of men are getting skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, doesn't feel right, there's an office. If you're listening right now, no matter where you're at in the Panhandle, Florida, there's an office near you. Listen to him every Wednesday, 7:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back.
Your home for college basketball. ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Auburn Tigers are SEC champions. The number 1 ranked Tigers are at College Station today to play the number 22 ranked Texas A&M Aggies. Coverage coming up at 7:30, tip-off at 8 on your home for the Auburn Tigers and March Madness.
And count it on the 3.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Every love story deserves a perfect beginning. At Tracy's Fine Jewelry, we believe that your engagement ring should be as unique as your love. Explore our vast selection of certified natural and lab-created diamonds, each hand-picked for brilliance and beauty. Whether you desire the timeless allure of one of our hand-selected engagement rings, or you'd like to custom design the perfect ring, visit us today and let our experts guide you in finding the ring of her dreams, because love deserves the best. Tracy's Fine Jewelry, where love sparkles.
This is the sound of real people across Florida betting on sports. It's the sound of winning your bet, only on Hard Rock Bet. And if your first bet doesn't win, you get up to $100 back to try again. Hard Rock Bet is Florida's only legal sports book. Your home for betting hoops for any sport you choose. Download Hard Rock Bet now and get 2 shots at your first bet. Win, or you'll get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Nia.
Hi, Nia. It's Jennifer. Did you know that Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. I was just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, you get me, Nia.
Well, you could say that I double get you.
I guess we've taken it too far.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
The Coach James Hale's show is live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
They got something that money couldn't buy.
I was noticing when you come down the stairs that you've got pretty legs.
All right, I'll tell you a story without a happy ending. Y'all following this?
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! FSU Update is brought to you by the legendary Miss Newbies. I just talked about them. Great four locations. The new one over in St. Andrews. Go check it out. Beautiful Bluefoot building. Great atmosphere. Great times at all four of the Newbies. Go out there and support them. We got a caller, David, right? Good morning, sir.
Hey, Coach. David Beck here.
Hey, David, you playing some female sports today?
No, I don't even want to hear about it.
There you go. What's going on, Big David?
God. You know, I was just thinking, when you coached, there's two coaches in this town that I've kind of been affiliated with when my son played, and also when you coached at Arnold. And you coached your son, and then I watched Johnny Gray. I don't know who's out there as far as coaching, but I would love to see like a team put together, like some of these teams down south, that gets all these good players. Where do they get those players? Do they recruit those players?
No,
like the Feel Good and Northwestern or Miami. What do they call it? Miami North.
Yeah.
Where do they get their players?
They don't really. Just my opinion. We were down there. We saw it firsthand. I don't say like Sam at Fort Myers. I don't think they have to recruit. It's like when they start winning, the players kind of do it themselves. It's not really so much the coaches. It's their buddies. They get them to come over and to go to this school, go to that school. And now it's all legally to do that. When whoever gets hot and gets good and getting kids scholarships, that's where the kids are going to go. They want to go play for where they can win and where they can get scholarships.
Plus, that just shows you how much talent's in Miami. I mean, there's so much talent down there.
Population,
you can throw a rock in one direction and hit 10 D1 athletes.
You don't even have to leave a county. Lee County, there's so many schools you don't have to leave.
The Bradenton area is a bunch of talent. I mean, that's where Peter Warwick and those guys came from. I mean,
Southeast, Manatee,
Fort Lauderdale. You got
there was
the Dreadnoughts. What was Lakeland?
Riverview. I mean, it's you wouldn't believe. Those three schools were in the same county, and that's the reason it got changed into the runners-up getting to go play in the playoffs, because their three teams could beat any other team in the state. But they beat each other up, and the other two didn't get to go to the playoffs. And then they changed the rules when they got in. They upset people, won a state championship.
Yeah, that was the late 80s, early 90s.
That's where all that started at, from that one county. But, yeah, Dave, there's so many. The population's so great down there. And I'll be honest with you, back in the day in Miami, the rules, they had rules, but the enforcement was very, very lax. I mean, they didn't keep up with a whole lot. They didn't really go look in the neighborhoods. Does he live here? Does he live there?
That's hard to do.
You might get shot.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all, you and Steve Harden, which I know there's other coaches around here that really works good, and they're good coaches too. But when y'all were in the coaching, when y'all was in that time of year, or that when y'all had y'all's team, what I'm trying to say is, y'all done all y'all could do to win. And, I mean, took what talent you had, and it was tough. Like John Hicks always said, it's tough to beat those teams down there because they're getting players from everywhere. And, it's like playing a college team, you know?
And quite honestly, we could have gotten all the All-Stars around this area, and we couldn't have beat some of those teams down South Florida. Just because of population.
And Frank said the same thing. He said, when you face teams like Dwyer and Dr. Feelgoods and
St. Thomas,
Gainesville used to have good teams.
Yeah.
Jacksonville had some good teams, too.
Yeah.
Now, are they ranked like 7 and 8A, like Miami, Northwest, or whatever they call that team?
Yeah.
Are they like the 8A?
I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, I don't know the classifications anymore, but yeah, they're definitely bigger than the schools around here for sure.
Yeah.
Like some of those schools in Orlando and Jacksonville, they've got like 3,500, 4,000 students. In Miami, they got like 4,000 students in them. I mean, Miami Killian, well, I think had 4,500.
That's like Madison County. That's the greatest thing about them. They were a 1A school.
Right.
And they were like a powerhouse 1A because they had really two schools. One school didn't have a football team, so they could go play at Madison County, and they didn't count that against their enrollment. So that was set up really nice for them. Yeah, really nice.
It's true.
Yeah.
This is what I like. One good thing, Bay County comes out with some of the best baseball players around this whole area.
That's what we're known for.
And,
yeah.
Yeah, and that's right. And it's just hard to beat. When you look at those teams like St. Thomas, them guys on the line weigh, 300 pounds?
Oh, they're like a college.
I mean,
it's like a college.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to compete, but one good thing I like, and I'm proud of, that we do have some good baseball coaches, and we got some good football coaches, but we can't compete with them in baseball. They done proved that with Doug and Mosley.
Yeah.
You know, they done proved that we can win that.
Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt. That's a great point you made. When we first got up here, everybody wanted to come up here in the panel because of football. It's supposed to be so great, and it is. They treat coaches great in certain counties up here. You don't even have to teach. But everything has changed. The population growth in South Florida has exploded, and we just don't have many people live up here compared to down there. That's just the bottom line.
But I would say about 93, 94, you had Hardin at Rutherford. They went to the state semifinals. Scroggins at Bay went to the state championship, lost to Bradenton Southeast by like 6. I mean, you had Mosley that went to the quarterfinals.
No, in 83, they lost to Vero Beach.
They went to the finals, though, and I think they went to the Final Four the year that Bay High and Rutherford played for the Final Four. So there was some success back then. I mean, it can be done.
That's what I'm saying. It was known for football.
Football, you have, 60 players. The populations really matter when you're trying to build a team in depth because all that plays into success. So we had a lot of good coaches at the time, so, that helps out. But when you're talking about Miami, Orlando, Jacksonville, those type of areas, they just have such more kids to choose from. So that's probably the difference.
I got a question. How does a kid back in, just say, 1990 or late 80s, those kids, I mean, they weighed, 240? How are they getting so big?
The weight room, Jason, you can help with this.
Training.
Yeah.
Well, we have so much more knowledge now because of the internet, so everything's out there. So, trying to, cater a diet to that, type of body type is way easier now. We have so much more knowledge of supplementation. Guys are starting at a younger age. So we just have so much more knowledge. And athletes nowadays are taking advantage of that because, let's be honest, if you're a high-end D1 football player, you're going to make 5 or 6 figures just by stepping on campus now with NIL. So the trainers are more specified. You're getting kids that have trainers at 12, 13 years old. Quarterbacks are so much better because they're being trained at 10, 11, 12 years old by individual coaches. So it's just the knowledge that these kids are exposed to nowadays, and it's just about whether you want to apply it.
Yeah. You were talking about, developing players. I think that's, and Jim's right here beside me, when we hired a coach, we told him, summer break, if you want to coach here, there's no break. You're going to be there every time. We believe in the weight room so much. We believe we could outwork people and get an advantage in the weight room. We couldn't maybe not be the fastest. We're going to be the strongest on the field, and that takes time. Our 4th year, whatever school we were at, Cape, we were like 10, 11, 12, whatever it was. Well, I think we lost 1 game in the state playoffs. At Arnold, we won 12, I think, or 11, and we lost in the state playoffs. So every 4 years, or the first 4 years where we were at, we were always good because we lived in the weight room. And during the summertime, the football players knew if you're going to play, you're going to be here 4 days a week. We gave them off on Fridays, and we worked the crap out of them in the weight room. I don't think anybody's out, and people can say they work. I'll put our program up against anybody. We lived in the weight room. We had coaches at each station watching every rep, every set. We counted out every rep, every set. And we had them for an hour and a half every day throughout the year. And I didn't care what sport they played. You're going to lift weights. We did it in the mornings. That way they played baseball or basketball, they could be recovered by the game.
Right.
Now, there was a guy pitching that game. We would go light on that.
Right.
But we just believe in outworking people, and we did. And I'm not bragging. I'm just bragging.
That's right. Hey, I couldn't wait. We couldn't. We was watching Johnny and your son. I watched the whole time that Jared was out there. Your son was incredible. And,
he could throw, but he'd been throwing since he could walk.
Right.
I mean, we had him doing all those drills back when he was in elementary school.
Yeah, and like Johnny Gray, I mean, those two quarterbacks, I don't know who else you had, but, I mean, you had some good players like Hester and all of them. They were unreal.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to watch that team. The games that I remember was when you whipped up on Wakulla.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you had to play Godby the next weekend, and that was tough. You know, but
that's when Godby, I think, won the state championship.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep, it was. That's right.
Yeah, see, Johnny was different. Johnny was, I mean, honestly, all Johnny could do was win. He was a winner. He could run, he could throw, he was big, he was physical, he was strong. And we went with the old-time split-back veer, and he did a great job with that. But he wasn't a speedster. He just did things right.
Yeah. I tell you what, your son was good too. We watched all that, the whole time he was
that's
there.
back when we threw the ball all over the field. We threw the ball everywhere. Him and Harden, boy, I forgot which one of the top passers in the state, or in the Panhandle of Florida. I know about the state.
Probably Blake.
Yeah.
Blake well, it could have been Matt. I don't know.
Yeah, they both were really good. Hey, listen, we got to take a break. Thank you so much for calling.
Anyway.
I appreciate the kind words. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a great day.
Thanks,
Bye, buddy. Glad, sir. Jim, when we get back, we'll get into FSU. Right now, let's talk about some of the wonderful people we have. Patrick does a great job every Monday right here on the ESPN Northwest Florida. Turpo Pest Control, you want your yard to look beautiful, he can make it happen. You want to get rid of the insects and stuff around your house, inside your house, he can make that happen also. Turpo Pest Control, #1, not even close. And again, listen to Patrick every Monday around 8:30 right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. I love Pat Perneau. The city commissioner of Lynn Haven does an incredible job. His restaurant, again, locals taking care of locals. I don't know if he trains them that way, just hires great people. I think it's all the above. The people that work there treat you like family. They always have a smile on their face. They're always polite. They never have a bad day. I love going there, the way they treat us, and the food's incredible. Beef O'Brady's, Lynn Haven. Go check it out. And when you're down there, let's go see Russ and Amber, two of the beautiful people in the world. What can they do for us?
Oh, I tell you what, gold's at an all-time high. They can buy your precious gold or silver from you, or they can appraise it for insurance purposes. And, of course, Mother's Day is around the corner, so they can custom design a Mother's Day ring just for you at David Adamson Designer Jewelry, Highway 77 in Lynn Haven.
And we'll be right back with that. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We get back. Jim Brandt, FSU. Be right back.
Northwest Florida. We're taking the inside drive.
So in the middle of the Civil War, someone was like, you know what this country needs? A delicious steak sauce. A1 was established in 1862. A1 sauce was created to enhance the flavor of meat, fish, and fowl. It was invented in 1824 by the Henderson William brand, the personal chef of King George IV and the United Kingdom.
Middays 11 to 1. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Tuesday's weather. This afternoon and evening there will be a strong breeze out of the south-southeast, some sun and 72. A chance of thunderstorms and clouds tonight, about the same at 64. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and a strong breeze right around 22 miles per hour with a high of 69. A bit colder at 62 Thursday, and we'll have mostly sunshine. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? We can typically replace them while you wait. Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? In many cases, we can have it back to you the next day. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, just south of Tractor Supply. The best place in town to take a leak.
Auburn basketball is chasing another SEC championship.
Jones a screen, stopping top three straight away. Go! It's Miles Kelly, right wing, outside the arc, working on Warren. Three. Boom! Absolute dagger.
The Tigers clash with Texas A&M in College Station. Coverage at 7:30. Tip off at 8 p.m. tonight on your home for the Auburn Sports Network.
ESPN Northwest Florida, War Eagle.
He doesn't always go the extra mile. But when he does, it's because he missed the exit. It's the Coach James Hale Show. Live and local inside the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! Let's jump into it right now. The one and only Jim Brandt on Florida State Seminoles. What do you got for us today, Jim Bob?
All right, well, the latest D1 top 25 list came out for baseball. I'm not going to read all 25. I'm just going to give you the top 10, okay? Because you'll like it because it's got SEC.
Roll Tide, baby.
They're not in it. They're like 25 or something.
Thank you.
All right, number 1 is LSU. 2 is Tennessee. They're defending national champs. No surprise there. 3 is Arkansas. 4, North Carolina. 5, Georgia. 6, Florida State. Woo! All right. 7 is Florida. 8 is Oregon State. 9, Virginia. 10 is Oregon. All right. Now, we talked about this before. I'm going to talk about it again now. Florida State's kind of had a pretty easy schedule to start the season in baseball. They're 11-0. They had 9-0 at home. They're 2-0 on the road. This past week, they had games on Friday, Saturday, Sunday with Georgetown, and they won 7-2, 11-2, and 4-3. So the last one was close, but other than that, not so much. Today, they have all these games are at home. Every game I'm talking about is going to be at home. They got, they have North Florida today. Tomorrow, they've got Bethune-Cookman. And then they have 3 games, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday against Lipscomb. I got to be honest, I had to look that up. I had no clue where the hell it was. It's in Nashville, Tennessee. So Manley would probably know.
What's that? How you say it?
Lipscomb.
Okay.
Don't try.
Yeah. You can't pronounce two. Okay.
Lipscomb. Okay.
You got 3-letter word. You can't pronounce it. Okay?
Lipscomb.
What?
Lipscomb.
The Borg. All right.
Tula.
Yeah. Next Tuesday is their first real test because next Tuesday, a week from today, they have the Gators.
Okay.
Ooh, all right.
Where's that at? Tallahassee?
That's in Tallahassee.
Let's go.
5 o'clock
Randy, we
Central.
need tickets.
So that's their first real test. And just to show how the competition has been real strong. And they're good, though, too. I mean, we can't bust it.
No, they are. They got some good pitching.
Good.
Really good pitching.
They've outscored the opposition 96-22 in 11 games.
Wow.
So do the math. That means their team's scoring 2 runs a game.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And you're scoring 8 or 9 every game. They've hit 14 home runs. The opposition's only hit 5. They've stolen 20 bases. The opposition only 10. Their team ERA is 1.86. The opposition is only batting 175 against them.
Wow.
So if you know anything about baseball, you're holding the opposition to a 175 batting average.
Pretty good.
You got a pretty good chance of winning.
Yeah.
They're very good. They've come a long way since a couple years ago when they were giving up like 8, 9 runs a game, just getting shelled every game. That's not the case now. So they've really turned it around as far as baseball goes.
We just got a text in here. This would never have happened without Bill Allen and Greg Bernicki.
I agree. Let's go.
Good job,
Bill Allen?
Yeah. No, that's from some. I don't know who it's from. I don't know this number. But congratulations. They wanted to change. They got it.
Yeah,
and
they got
got
it.
what they wanted.
Yeah.
Will they keep the football coach? That's the next question.
I don't know. And then
they agreed for this ACC to still join there. I just read through it and I got a lot of knowledge.
That's what I was going to go to.
Yeah,
Jason, you're kind of like the money guy and all the contract guy. So what's going on with this FSU and Clemson thing?
Before you jump on Jason, I got this. All right. FSU Clemson, and you tell me if I'm wrong.
Yep.
FSU and Clemson are expected to accept the settlement with the ACC. FSU and Clemson will drop everything with the lawsuit against the ACC if all 3 boards agree to this: the Clemson School Board, or whatever you call it, Board of Trustees, Florida State, and then the ACC.
Right.
They have been getting 40% of the revenue would be going evenly across the board 60% would go unevenly based on last year's TV ratings, okay? Larger schools like FSU and Clemson, well, obviously will make more money, up to $15 million more compared to the smaller schools. When they say smaller schools, schools that don't draw
Wake
TV.
Forest, North Carolina, and
Miami.
football.
TV rankings,
right?
yeah.
So if they achieve elite
$7 million
TV ratings, they'll get the $15 million bonus. But they're only getting $45 million compared to SEC and the Big Ten getting 70 to 80. Even with the 15,
that's going up.
You're still going to be less. But the problem for me is if you're trying to keep this conference intact, people like North Carolina that don't have big viewerships in football, Wake Forest, the bottom end of the ACC is getting absolutely nothing. They're going to get crushed.
See, I'm the bottom line guy. Let's cut to the chase. Is this going to keep Florida State and Clemson in the ACC? Is the ACC going to be a real conference, or are they going to be bought up by the Big Ten or somebody
For the next
else?
3 to 4 years, they're going to stay in the ACC based on what they're saying because this is what they asked for and they got it. So, Clemson, Florida State are the two that are holding that conference together. So since they're happy with what's going on, I still think it's a bad move for them
So
long
let's
term.
say 2026 when it changes to 14 teams and the anticipated Super League comes in and all that. You know that's going to happen.
Right.
What's going to be their status then? They're going to be left out in the parking lot?
You just made a great point. They also in this say the ACC will lower, here's the key word, they will lower the cost of leaving the ACC. It's going to be like $100 million by 2029, 2030 athletic year.
But let's be honest, they don't have
million
that
compared
money.
to what it is now.
They don't have that money right now. I mean, they're paying 3 coaches. I mean, they still pay Taggart, I believe. I think they pay a little bit of Jimbo's buyout still.
But let's go back to what he said. Why have your Dabo and your Jimbo, Dabo and Norvell, why would you want to leave when you know, like Clemson, they got in last year. Going forward, if Florida State gets these things turned around, and they will, or they'll have a new coach that can get it done, it's a lot easier to make it. You're going to make less money, but if they have these automatic ones, they're going to get in every year anyway, if it's automatic. If they change the rules like I know they're going to do, then maybe I can see getting out. But the elite players, why would you go to FSU and Clemson when I can go to Wake Forest, I can go to Wisconsin,
Penn State,
and make twice as much money.
Yeah. That's my whole point in this. I mean, the money
with the revenue
is
share
closer, but there's only 2 or 3 teams that have the possibility of getting it. Clemson, Florida State, maybe Miami are the only ones with viewership that are going to reach that elite status. So they're the only ones going to be getting that $15 million. What is the other 9 to 12 teams in the conference going to say about that when they're like, oh, we got $45 million and the SEC Big Ten are getting 80? That's double the money over 10 years. That's $400 million that you're going to have a gap in what you can spend on recruiting facilities. Like, I think this is a bad move for Florida State and Clemson. I think they're attractive to the Big Ten, SEC. If you want to compete, you need money, and the money's coming from the big-time conferences. Now, there's some stipulations that, like, if they do well, they'll get extra money. But at the same time, what if the whole conference collapses and some of these other teams start looking at the Pac-12?
One that everybody wants is North Carolina.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, it's North Carolina. Basketball, another state.
The big winner in this is ESPN. They don't pay any more money out. They just divided it differently, so they have the exact same contract that they all hated. They're just giving the majority of the money to 2 or 3 teams.
ABC, primetime game, number 1 in the country. 2:30 kickoff, number 1 in the country. The only one they didn't win was the Fox noon kickoff. But I want to ask Jim something. He coached for a lot of years. And let's keep it real. If you're a head football coach, you want a job where you can win. Right. Why go to a Class A school? Oh, it's a bigger school. They're going to pay me a lot of money. But I got to play St. Thomas. I got to play Southwestern and all the schedule where you're not going to win. And you're only going to be there a short period of time. If you're Dabo, Norvell, do you really, let's keep it really real. Do you want to stay there and win 10, 12, 11 games every single year, but you don't win the national championship, but you're always in the hunt because your schedule's so much easier than playing in the Big Ten, playing the SEC?
Well, historically, what you said is 100% true. Clemson and Florida State's chances of winning 10 games are way better just playing ACC than going to the Big Ten or the SEC.
Right.
Just be honest. Who do you got to play? Would you rather play Wake Forest and Virginia, or would you rather play Oregon and Penn State? Or would you rather play
or USC,
LSU in Alabama?
But I will say this:
Every
after
year.
last year and watching SMU get absolutely destroyed, I think they're going to pause about putting those 10-win ACC teams in, because when you look at strength of schedule, they're not even comparable, and that's my biggest problem.
I don't
with
trust the strength of schedule talk.
That's a joke.
That was a joke last year. But going forward, the bottom line, we all know where it's going. I think the SEC and Big Ten are going to pull out and have their own league, because that's where all the money's at, unless the other two just bow down and do exactly what they're told to do.
That's my biggest problem. This move by Florida State and Clemson, you're going to be stuck in a conference where if the Big Ten and SEC get together and say, hey, we don't care about these teams, we don't care about the ACC, we're going to do what we're going to do, and you're locked into ACC contract, you could be left out. I mean, they could be like, we don't care.
Talk about this too, real quick. We got to take a break. Revenue sharing. They're not going to get the elite of the elite. They're not going to get enough of the elite players when they can go to the Big Ten, SEC, and make X amount more money. NIL is totally different.
Right.
You might have Miami. The big money guy at Miami is still going to pay for players. So they're going to be okay with NIL. But with across-the-board revenue sharing, the Big Ten and SEC are going to be way ahead of everybody else.
Oh, yeah. Because the TV contracts are way bigger. Yeah. So that's what we're sharing is the TV contract money. So I don't understand it, but we'll see. Maybe some Florida State fans can call in and talk about how they feel about it. Maybe I'm talking out of turn for them. So we'll see.
I will say this. One thing I do know, I can have a great time down to historical downtown Panama City. All I think I have to do is go to the new local 115 for lunch and dinner, healthier options, nothing fried, oyster. There's an oyster bar with this sports theme. Oysters, crab cakes, steamed seafood, gumbo soup, salads, wings, ice cold beer. The Tommy Oliver draft beer is incredible. The local 115. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. Kyle Vandergriff and some of his family and boosters, and not boosters, but partners, they do a great job down there. But I tell you what Kyle's great at. Unbelievable. He's a general contractor. They can do commercial. They can do residential. They can design. They can build. They can do anything. But if you want a brand new roof, this is who you want to go with. TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. They are outstanding. Everything Kyle touches, honestly, I got him a lot of credit. He's only 40 years old. He owns all type of business. Everything he touches turns to gold. But then again, if you know who his mom and dad are, you won't be surprised. Don't forget, TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, Alabama. But we'll take your phone calls about this ACC settlement if you'd like. Be right back.
.3 ESPN Northwest Florida presents the madness of college basketball. 68 teams, 32 conference champions. But there can only be one. ESPN Northwest Florida is your exclusive radio home for the NCAA College Basketball Tournament.
If you spend any time at all in your yard, you're going to encounter fire ants.
We know they can ruin a party. That's why we're this area's experts at fire ant elimination.
As your certified top choice professional, we will rid your yard of these unwanted invaders. Brock Pest is so sure they'll get rid of fire ants that they offer a 1-year guarantee.
Enjoy your yard fire ant free. We guarantee it. Give us a call for your free consultation.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control. Our family protecting yours since 1968.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
powered by Panama City Toyota. Your home for Auburn Tiger basketball. WGSX Lynn Haven. WVLQ Port St. Joe. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
If aliens showed up tomorrow and said, take us to your leader, you'd bring them to the Coach James Hale Show.
Danger, Bill Robinson, danger.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
That's and welcome back to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Roll. Thank you. Roll. Tide roll. We love local people. We live in Paradise, Bay County, Panhandle of Florida. The reason we stayed here for 25 years plus now is of the people. Beautiful area, but there are some great places in South Florida too to live, as far as the scenery, the beaches and stuff like that. But it's the people that live here that are the best in the country. They love one another. They take care of people. They're kind. They're generous. They're just wonderful people that live in the Panhandle of Florida, and especially Bay County, especially Panama City Beach. But I will say this. That's the reason they produce great businesses. Local people taking care of local. Go with a local company. Do not go with some national brand. They don't even care, but they'll rip you off for every little penny they can get out of your pocket. Local people are not that way. They care about people. They live here. Jason Kovaleski, Max Fitzworth Nutrition, grew up here. You got Jason at Stevenson Air Conditioning, Mosley High School graduate, started this business. It's called Stevenson Air Conditioning. The work ethic that company has, second to none. They hire local people that work hard, take pride in that truck, that shirt they wear. I've heard nothing but great things about Stevenson Air Conditioning. I had people thank me at J. Michael's restaurant because they called, they listened to the commercial, they called and they went with the company and they brag on them all the time. They're the most honest people I've dealt with. They do an incredible job. They're locals. Locals taking care of locals. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number one. If you got a heating and cooling system, get it, and no matter who you bought it from, get it serviced through Stevenson Air Conditioning. Do it about every 6 months. If you got an old one and your power bill's going through the roof, we tell you all the time it's time to get rid of it. You're going to save money every month on your power bill, and eventually you'll pay for it yourself. One of the few things you can do. Jason, you know, Chad Mitchell, Dr. Chad Mitchell, highly intelligent. He bought 2 brand new units from Stevenson Air Conditioning.
Oh, yeah.
He could have ripped me off. I was going to pay whatever.
Right.
And I made a mistake even saying that beforehand. And I'll never forget going, Coach, I could do that, but you don't need to do that. You're wasting money. I went, wow. This is a guy that's, you know, is in business, and he's saying this. You've had unbelievable success with him.
Yeah, I mean, I had an issue with my air conditioner a couple times. So the new unit will pay for itself. If your bill's $300-400 and it's just running all day long, give them a call because they can put a new unit in and save you about $200 a month. And over time, that's going to pay for your new unit, and you're going to have a cooler house and feel much better about it. So, and when I need something help, like I had an issue with my business just the other day, they're going to be out there today to help fix it. So they're within 24 hours sometimes. Not every time, obviously, they can get backed up a little bit. But when you deal with these national companies, it could be a week, it could be 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and
that's
if you
what
don't
happened to the other guy.
Yeah, if you don't have air conditioner for a week and it's 85 degrees out, it's not a fun time. So,
especially if you got a business.
Right.
You know, crazy. Anyway, Stevenson Air Conditioning, we appreciate everything, Jason, they do. Alabama Crimson Tide, Jim talked about Division I poll. Bama was actually ranked right now 23rd in the country. The softball team is ranked it's the softball, I think, All-American poll, or American poll. Bama's ranked 19th in softball. They're 15-6 in softball. We've always had a good softball program. Actually, we're a little bit down compared to what it usually is, but we're there. That's good. Baseball, really good. 23rd in country. We got that. Again, I tell you all the time, the facility up there is beautiful. It's probably been 5 years now. They put $50 or $60 million in a new facility. Beautiful, right outside in front of the Malmore facility, which houses all the football athletics. Beautiful there. And go check out their baseball stadium. It's really beautiful. Also, basketball, they're ranked 7th in the country right now. Heartbreaking loss to Tennessee. Let's see what happens. Somebody I respect goes, you know what? They could still, believe it or not, win it all. If they get hot, they could win it all. I'm like, okay, I've heard this before. It's never happened. That would be nice. Now, this is going to, I want you guys' input on this, and I get where he's coming from. Greg Burns, they interviewed him, the athletic director at Alabama. He said, going forward, we don't know what's going to happen. We're going to go to 9 games, SEC championship games, conference games, or we're going to stay at 8. He said, everything we have scheduled in the future with these tough non-conference games, we got Ohio State home and home. We got Wisconsin. We're getting ready in that home and home. We got Notre Dame home and home, and some other Big Ten, FSU home and home. Some really difficult games. And we saw what's going on with the playoffs. He said, we don't know exactly where the vote's going to go. I think I'm really leading it. If you're reading what he's saying, I think we all know it's getting ready to go to 9 games. We'll match up what the Big Ten's going. I don't really think it's that. I think we're going to get more money out of ABC once we go to one extra game. They're going to have to pay us more money. It's all about money. It's not about the kids' safety. It's not about anything but the money. But he goes, we have scheduled tough non-conference games. In 2025, we open up at FSU. We got future games with Ohio State, Notre Dame. That was based on 8 SEC conference games. Going forward, we might have to look at this. We like we like playing the major non-conference games. It's great for college football, not just the SEC, but for college football. Alabama, Ohio State. How many people will watch that? It could break records during the regular season watching that game. It'll be a primetime game. We also have games with West Virginia. We got Oklahoma State also coming up. But the big ones, let's be honest, is Ohio State, Notre Dame. Those are the big names. FSU. But you read and you listen to what it says, he's more or less saying if they go to non-conference games, you're not going to see these games.
Right.
You're not. Why would you play, we pick up Texas. We didn't play Texas this year. We pick up Texas or whoever. It's one more game that a coach can lose. It's one more game where people in Alabama will go absolutely nuts if they lose 4 games again this year. I'm telling you, I grew up in that state. This year was actually kind of calm compared to what it usually is if you lose 4 games in that state. You lose to Vandy. Going forward, you can't lose 4 games at Alabama and keep your job. You just can't. I don't care who you play. I know the people. You put Ohio State on there with 9 other SEC games. You put Notre Dame on there with 9 other SEC games. Another game you get hurt. You're talking big physical players you're going against. I think those games do go away. And
just what we saw last year, the strength of the schedule didn't matter. With SMU getting in over Alabama and Ole Miss and some of the SEC teams that had a higher strength of schedule and played better teams, it just didn't matter. So what's the incentive to play those games now?
Right.
I do think the SEC and Big Ten in these meetings have come to an agreement that, hey, we want to be on the same playing field, whether it's 9. I think we should go to 8 games and then have a crossover game with the SEC as part of, not a conference game, but part of the schedule every year. Ohio State, Alabama could be still a good game. But even Ohio State, let's say, Tennessee, Ohio State, or even, Florida would be really good out-of-conference games. I'd rather see both conferences go to 8 games and then play a big-time out-of-conference game that crosses the Big Ten and SEC over to play each other.
There is talk now that they're going to be a crossover game when it gets to the Super 2.
Right.
It's going to be just like the NFL. We're going to be playing Big Ten schools. I don't know if it's going to be 1. I heard it's just going to be 1. Maybe 2.
You shouldn't have more than 1. I mean, that's...
But let me say this for both you guys. I got to give Ohio State credit and Michigan. I will. I give those guys a lot of credit. Penn State's done it. They do play 9 conference games in the Big Ten. And you look who's in that conference. Right now, you could argue it's the best conference in college football. They just won 2 national championships back-to-back, Michigan and Ohio State, the kind of the face of the program, the Big Ten. They are playing 9 games, and they're still scheduled Alabama.
Yeah, Michigan.
We're the ones saying we don't want to do this, and I agree. I don't want to play Ohio State. I watched what they did to Tennessee. Tennessee beat us. it's not the same anymore. Things have changed. NIL has changed college football. We don't have the money to go by and do what we've done in the past.
But these TV executives want these games to play.
That's the reason they're going to have
Michigan played Texas last year. They had a home and home at Texas. They're playing Oklahoma this year. Ohio State's playing Texas in a home and home now. They play Alabama after that in a home and home. So they're still scheduling. Now, I did see Nebraska backed out of the one with Tennessee, so that may be the norm going forward. I just don't know what direction it's going to go. Once they come to an agreement, though, I do think these crossover games are going to happen between the Big Ten and SEC. And I'd rather see them go to 8 games because when you look at some of these conference schedules
make it easier.
It's not that it's not easy. They're just not the same. Like last year, Indiana played nobody in top 5 except Ohio State. And they were like, oh, they're 3rd in the Big Ten. Well, Ohio State beat them by 30 points. You know what I'm saying?
It could have been worse.
Oh, it could have been way worse.
Indiana's schedule this year is a joke, too.
Yeah. So all these schedules aren't made the same. That's what really frustrating to me.
Ohio State running back running wide open for a touchdown, fall down. I said, this is BS, man. There's something they write about this. They were trying to take care of getting more teams to play. Why did he do that? Why did he not score?
They did the next play.
Did that? You sure?
Yeah.
They did? Okay.
They did.
That was, anyway. All right.
He thought he was doing the right thing, but Ryan Day wanted to stick it. What's his name? Because he was running his mouth the whole
I heard his voice. I could read what he was saying. He said, Coach, we're trying to help the Big Ten. We're trying to get more games in playoffs. Turpro Pest Control. You want your yard look beautiful. Patrick can do it every Monday right here, 8:30 on ESPN, Northwest Florida. And if you got problems with insects in the house, they can also help you with that. Turpro Pest Control, #1, not even close. Just like our fine people down at David Adams Designer Jewelry. I love those. I love Amber. I love Russ.
Tune in.
Amber looks a lot better than Russ.
We're going to have the latest in the sales that they're having on. More details.
They always have
about
great sales.
Always have a good thing going on at David Adamson Designer Jewelry, Highway 77 in Lynn Haven.
Speaking about looks, if you want to look better, feel better, Jason Kovaleski can make it happen for you. Jason, tell me where you're located.
Well, we're located on 23rd Street in the Del Coronado Village between Taziki's and Black Sheep Armory, and we're in Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods. I do want to mention Max Fit Meals this week because we had some really good food, and we have pickup locations at Fitness Junkie, Emerald Coast Jiu-Jitsu, and Anytime Fitness, but you can pre-order your meals by Friday and pick them up on Monday. This week we had brisket, we had chicken smothered in collagen gravy, and we had some savory fried brown rice tossed with fresh vegetables, and it's made by a chef. You can pre-order in bulk order. If you get more than 5 meals, you can get that price down to $10.99 a meal, and you just pop them in the microwave for 3 minutes, and you're good to go.
This is the best thing out there that people don't realize. You go out to eat, you're going to spend $15, $20 a person.
Even at fast food restaurants now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's insane.
This thing with Jason, the food is measured out. So you can eat every drop and you don't have to worry about gaining weight.
Right.
You're getting the protein. You're getting everything you need health-wise, nutrition. But it's really, truly, the food is great.
Yeah, it's made by a chef, and she's phenomenal. And now we have some breakfast menus.
It's cheaper than eating out.
Oh, yeah. So we got our breakfast menu now. We have these pancake little, calzones with, chicken and beef and bacon in them. And now we got the egg bites with, bacon and cheese in them, too.
It's good.
Oh, they're all good. And you can pick them up either at Fitness Junkie. You can stop in, just grab you a couple meals.
And listen, he doesn't mean you go pick up, okay, here's for dinner tonight. I got to go there tomorrow. I got to go there. No, they give you all the food at one time. You put it in your freezer. You take it out, and then you warm it, and it's unbelievable. Ask my wife.
Yeah.
And it works. You want to lose weight?
Yeah, and we can do specific needs. So if you say, hey, I'm trying to lose, 5 pounds and I need this many calories, you can email MaxFit meals at anytime or at gmail.com, and they can set up a specific meal plan just for you, catered to your calorie intake. If you're diabetic or have some health issues, we can also work around that as well. But the chef's amazing. She's really good.
All right, we'll be right back. When we get back, the Auburn Tigers' unbelievable basketball program, unbelievable baseball, softball, War Damn Eagle. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Deebo Samuel, banged up, hasn't had over 1,000 yards receiving the last 3 years. Doesn't have to be the man. Terry McLaurin is. Jaden Daniels give you another toy to play with. And Cliff Kingsbury's offense, if he stays healthy, what is their window of opportunity now?
It's the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Tuesday's weather. This afternoon and evening, there will be a strong breeze out of the south-southeast, some sun and 72. A chance of thunderstorms and clouds tonight, about the same at 64. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and a strong breeze right around 22 miles per hour with a high of 69. A bit colder at 62 Thursday, and we'll have mostly sunshine. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Introducing Lucid Stream TV. Get over 2,000 live streaming channels. Catch every game of the season with over 100 sports networks, including ESPN, ESPN Plus, the NFL Network, and Red Zone. Even pay-per-view events. Watch local network channels from most major markets throughout the country. Fox, ABC, CBS, and NBC. It's more than sports. Lucid Stream TV offers premium movie channels like HBO, Cinemax, Stars, 200-plus entertainment and news networks. Or watch 10,000 movies on demand, including recent theater releases. Just $42 a month when you use the promo code ESPNNW at checkout. Watch on up to 5 devices at the same time. Perfect for sharing with family and friends. Lucid Stream TV gives you everything you want for less. Cut the cord, not the fun. To score Lucid Stream TV, go to ESPNPC.com and click on the Lucid Stream TV logo.
Auburn basketball is chasing another SEC championship.
Jones a screen, stopping top three straight away. It's Miles Kelly, right wing, outside the arc, working on Warren, three. Boom! Absolute dagger.
The Tigers clash with Texas A&M and College Station. Coverage at 7:30. Tip off at 8 p.m. tonight on your home for the Auburn Sports Network.
ESPN Northwest Florida, War Eagle.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm not prepared. I really am not prepared at all. I hope you won't judge me on one email I sent 10 years ago.
My apartment smells of rich mahogany.
Live from the J. Michael Studio.
Not after spicier food,
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Play calls.
Yeah. Eagle, hey, Martha, Kenny, James, Jenna. And don't forget, every Thursday, 8:15 here, the legendary Andy Burcham, the voice of the Auburn Tigers, which does, he is truly incredible. I listen to him as much as I can.
I love watching him in that Kentucky game. We're listening to him in the Kentucky game.
He was excited.
Boy.
He was excited.
I think that Miles kid had like 30 points, had like 8 threes. He was jacked up, and Auburn's playing really well, so it's fun to listen to.
Auburn basketball, what Bruce Pearl's done, this is legendary, man. This guy's incredible. Auburn, #1, 8 straight week in AP polls, 61 votes, first place votes. Auburn now is #1. Duke, and I still think you could see those two play for it all. Duke is #2, and Houston's #3. Tennessee's #4. Florida jumps up to 5. St. John's, man, what a job Coach has done there. He is an incredible coach.
You can say what he wanted about off the court, whatever it is on the basketball court, that Duke can coach.
Oh, my God. Louisville, Kentucky. Of course, he's been at the Blue Bloods, too, but I don't care. The guy's incredible.
Yeah.
He's old. He's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's been around a long time.
#7, Bama. #8, Michigan State. #9, Texas Tech. #10, Iowa State. #11, Clemson. #12, Wisconsin. Maryland, 13. You hear some Big Ten SEC schools? Yeah, I think I do. 14, Louisville. 15, Missouri. 16, Memphis. 17th, Michigan. 18th, Purdue. 19th, Kentucky. 20th, Marquette. 21, St. Mary's. 22, Texas A&M. 23, BYU.
I don't like your tone of voice.
24, 24, Arizona. 25, Mississippi State. I also want to say this. Not only is Auburn outstanding in basketball, the baseball team in D1 poll right now is ranked 22nd in the country. It's hard to be good in the SEC because the competition is incredible. Softball, Auburn's ranked 17th in the nation. Their record is 19-1. But the newest thing is out. ESPN did a little article on how they do this thing. It's incredible. They take in what's coming back, your roster production coming back, what the production of the players that transferred in, what they did at the university they played at, which they were there. They're not at this school, so that one I don't get.
Yeah.
What they got coming in as far as high school they put everything you can put in there, schedules of the strength of the schedule and everything. They throw it all in the computer, which is pretty interesting, and they came out with a way too early 2025 poll. Hugh Freeze and the Auburn Tiger football team in the newest, most complicated computer printout is ranked 23rd in the country going into 2025. Auburn's lost 4 losing seasons in a row, guys. That's unheard of.
And they got a tough schedule,
and they got a
too.
brutal schedule.
The beginning of this schedule is not as bad as last year, though. They should have 8 wins going into the final stretch, but they still got some tough teams.
I love this, man. Auburn Athletics is getting where they got Yellowwood. They got every resource to be a champion to across the board. They're getting it done. Now, something else broke, and we got a phone call we got to take. This was I want to read this. This opened my eyes. I thought, man, this is not good. Ex-Michigan staffer told the NCAA the culture under Harbaugh was go to the line and cross it.
Oh, yeah. We've heard that from a while now. People focus on the sign stealing stuff.
That means they're going to go down. I think the NCAA is going to hammer them. That national championship gone. They're buried. They said Bama will claim it because they played Michigan tougher than anybody that year in the playoffs. So we got a phone caller. Who is it?
Yeah.
Good morning. Hello. Can I help you?
Go Blue Truck.
Oh.
Hey,
shocking.
Real question. Are you feeling all right, Coach? Because I just got another word to add just a faux pas. Like, remember you said Tua, Tagovailoa, you said Tula, transfer portal, you said transfer portable. Who in the heck is David Adams? Who's he?
He's making fun of your commercial.
Don't you ever make sure of my commercial. Don't you ever do that again. I will never take a phone call from you again.
Don't start smack about Michigan every day just to stir the pot and be in a negative.
I did not stir the pot. Well, you're going to care when they take away that national championship.
Yeah, you'll care.
You'll be the first one crying.
Yeah, you guys have been saying they've been taking away our national championship for 2 years now. Nothing's been done. Nothing's going to happen.
I'm still willing to bet you loser gets their head shaved on the air.
Eddie, you're the same person that said let it play out. That's what they're doing.
When was the last time it was a 2-loss national champion? Oh, this
last
year.
year.
The Buckeyes.
Last year, the greatest stretch in college football history.
Who's ever beaten
5
top? Yeah, that's never happened in the history of college football.
And you guys had to pay $21 million to buy a championship.
Well, what did you pay? You paid $10 million for your quarterback, and you didn't win nothing. You were 7-5.
Hey, I think that's ridiculous too. Portnoy, he's got the money. It's his money. He can do what he wants.
Exactly. So it's good for you, but not good for us. When we do it,
no, it's not good for anybody.
Well, you just bought a basketball team.
I've been on record.
How many basketball players on your current roster were at Michigan last year?
Zero. I have said that on record. I am not a fan of buying players to come to your sport and all that. Because basically, a lot of those players that are doing good, like I forgot his name. The guy Goldfin or whatever. He came from FAU.
Yeah.
Danny Wolf, and the transfer portal guy from Yale.
Yep.
I mean, they're not Michigan-born players. You know what I mean? I'm not a fan of that, and I've been on record on saying that. But Michigan finally, for once, it's we're doing good for it.
Can I ask you a serious question about?
But I don't like it. I don't like it.
Can I ask you a serious question? If you didn't think Michigan was going to get hammered, how come they didn't negotiate a resolution with the NCAA?
Absolutely.
I mean,
come on.
You could have got this behind you. If it was just going to be a slap on the wrist and nothing was going to happen, they would have accepted that yesterday and ran with it and got on with the season. But can you explain why they didn't resolve it with the NCAA? Because they went to the, Michigan said, hey.
Why they have to hire new lawyers?
Yeah, you hired another.
I'm not interested in Beckner Hall. I don't know, but NCAA president said we want the championship fair and square, and then people keep on stirring the pot.
Yeah, well,
and the media, the four-letter, that Thamel guy, all he does wants to do is serve negative stuff and all that to build ratings, and the media does that.
They're
the media
reporting
loves
facts.
negative because it builds ratings.
You hired a sign stealer from the military, and all of a sudden you went from a middle of the road.
Does that.
Then show us a video. Show us a video of anybody standing next to the offensive defensive coordinator calling plays. Please show us. There's plenty. Everybody has a camera on the sidelines. Everybody has a camera on the sidelines.
For years.
Show us. Show us Alabama doing it.
Somebody blow the whistle.
Show us Ohio State doing it. It's total mental illness to believe that.
Nobody has done that, Michigan Eddie.
Nobody. There's no evidence.
Across the board
This is like
TV.
Democrats right here. They'll spew whatever they hear on their little media outlets.
He voted to let them play. Michigan Eddie voted with the Democrats.
Hey. Oh, no.
Hey, listen, we got to take a break. You want to hold on for a second? Then we got to...
You guys stirring the pot this morning.
A little bit.
All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Are you going to hang up or what? We'll keep you on for a second if you control your mouth.
This is my first day back at work. You guys are stirring the pot, bro.
The legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. Even Michigan Eddie likes it. It's incredible. The best seafood, the coldest beer, the legendary J. Michael's. Get down to Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. Pat Perno's the city commissioner there. He is incredible at that. And he does even a better job with Beef O'Brady's running that down there in Lynn Haven. You want to be treated like family when you walk in the door. TV's everywhere. The food's incredible. The atmosphere is second to none. The legendary Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. Go check it out. You'll love it. Tomorrow's special, 10 wings inside for $9.99. It's unbelievable. Paparazzi Pizza on Thomas Drive. You love pizza? It's Paparazzi. We'll be right back with the fake news from Michigan Eddie, 104.3. Hey, you know, if Alabama had done that, LSU, Texas, it'd be on national TV every second. Nobody lowered themselves more than one school than to cheat to win a championship. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Cowherd. The Lakers have lovable Luka, and the Lakers have always understood this, and the Clippers in their growth and their ascension don't understand this. It's not just about having a star. It's about, in Los Angeles, having the right star. This is not Indianapolis. This is not Orlando. The right star.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay-down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
Signworks, a business serving businesses since 1985. Everything from signs and banners, vehicles and boats, magnetic and real estate signs, contractor signs, and much more. Signworks can do large format, full color printing too. Signworks, a real professional in the business world. Call Signworks at 785-8899. Signworks, 850-785-8899.
That boot store reminds you with the warmer weather usually means spring is just around the corner. That boot store will help you celebrate any time of the year with one of the widest selections of Western wear in the area. They can fit the smallest to the largest, so bring the family and dress up Western style at an affordable price. Carhartt work clothes are available too. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 9 till 5, Friday and Saturday, 9 till 5:30. Next to Bill Burke at 15th Street, that boot store where God is good all the time.
He's a beacon of light to many and an inspiration to all.
These men need inspiration.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels studio.
They're motivated by Vicodin and Road Skank.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. You talking about great athletic programs. It's unbelievable. When you're ranked in softball, baseball, basketball, women's and female basketball, football, then you've got a powerhouse program. We talked about Auburn. We talked about Bama. We talked about the Buckeyes. I don't see Michigan ranked anywhere in softball. I don't see them ranked anywhere in women's basketball, and maybe they are. D1 baseball, I don't see them anywhere. So why are we wasting time talking about Michigan?
Actually, Michigan baseball beat number 2 UVA. The softball just swept their opponent.
Well, there you have it.
Their baseball team.
I'm just messing with you.
I believe. I'm just saying, and they split a 1-1 against the Suckeyes this weekend in hockey. And then the Red Wings lost a tough tilt at the Horseshoe in the Stadium Series, which was a great game, by the way.
Yeah.
Did you know? Hey, okay, here's a question. What famous rock band from your era actually went to Ohio State, and their dorm was overlooking the shoe, and they played many. They're a big band. I just found this out because they were interviewed during the Stadium Series. Who is it, Buckeye boys? Do you know it? And by the way, Jim Bob Stucca, you're my inspiration, not coach. Just saying.
Okay. I'll put that on my resume.
That's a tough one.
That was probably...
Was it Hootie and the Blowfish?
No, they were from the
it was during
Carolinas.
it was like during Coach Jim Bob Superfly Stucca and Coach Hale's time.
Oh, that's easy.
It was kind of before our time, Buckeye boy.
It wasn't Pink Floyd. Still the greatest album of all time. Came out March 1st, 1973. Hey, listen. This is sports. This is sports. Who was it? Who was it? Nobody knows. Who was it?
OAR.
The OAR.
Who?
I've never heard of it.
I never heard of them. I never heard of them. How can they be famous when we got 5 people never heard of them?
I've never heard of them.
You are from Montgomery, Alabama. And you did go to Harvard of the South. So
that's right. Don't you forget that. That's right. And I know when people cheat too. Okay, we learned that.
Yeah.
I know what
Harvard
cheating is.
Yeah. Then why do you still root for Alabama? Just saying. Go ahead.
Whoa! Wait a minute. We're not going to allow that on this show. You go after the Buckeyes. You're not going after the Crimson Tide. I'm sorry.
You go after Michigan every single day, even when the Buckeye twins ain't on the show.
I know. You know I love Bo, and you know I'm messing with you 90% of the time. Not.
It's all entertainment. Yeah.
No, I'm going to give Michigan credit. They scheduled Texas. They scheduled Oklahoma. Home and home. Ohio State's got Bama. They got Texas. I give you guys credit. The Big Ten, they play 9 conference games. They're not scared about scheduling the SEC. I don't want us to do it. We got 8 conference games. Let's keep it there. And I even say we don't need to play those big games.
You got Mercer and Austin Peterson.
But that's even better.
The TV executives, they want the Alabama High State game
money.
because the money's coming in, and it goes back to the schools.
They love that green stuff. That and creature comforts. That's the best thing going around. But Michigan, seriously, though, and I'm not stirring the pot, you know it. You're usually fair and balanced. I'm going to say it to your face. Usually I respect everything you say, but when it comes to Michigan football, you're not. You go over the deep end. You got blinders on. You know it. I know it. Yellow Dog knows it. They would call the plays out. I watched them play in Ohio State. I saw the video. They're screaming and yelling, calling out the play. And what they yelled at is exactly what happened. You got 40 seconds to watch the sidelines. And actually, you got really about 15. A team playing fast, you got about 10 seconds. There's no way in the world in that period of time you can see what's going on, call down there, and have them communicate with the team.
But why didn't Harbaugh cooperate with the investigation? Why didn't Stallions cooperate with the investigation? Why did he lie about being on Central Michigan sidelines?
Why did they not fire the Michigan that coach there? What school is it?
Why would Harbaugh deny that he even knew that who this guy was on his sidelines when he was calling the plays to the offensive? All of it's a lie.
You've got to be fair and balanced with this stuff. Alabama cheated back in the with the guy at Memphis, Albert Means. We did it. It cost us.
This is the most important thing to think about. It may take a while, but why didn't Michigan negotiate a resolution? Because if they were getting a slap on the wrist, they would have been like, get this out of here, because they were guilty of something. We don't know what extent yet till all the information comes out.
Why would former staffers go, he told us go the line, he told us to cross it?
But if they said, look, you're not going to have to vacate any wins, and there's going to be no show cause for Sherrone Moore, which means he can coach this year, they would have resolved that and put it in the past, because that's a slap on the wrist.
So my question to you, why can't you be fair and balanced with this? You are with everything else. We respect your opinions. You're usually 100% correct, but this, you're blind.
I'm not blind. I just don't care.
Oh, okay.
Well, this say you don't care. So
I mean, here's a fact. There's so much stuff being said about a lot of things. A lot of different schools, they did this, they did that, and all that. You don't know what's true, what to believe. Internet, everything on the internet's true, and blah, 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 and all that. And, you know, when the NCAA president said, hey, we want it fair and square, I mean, that's it. You know, I mean, I don't know. I mean...
Well, why are they still investigating?
Oh, I don't know. It's like, why did they investigate Trump? He was innocent, but they kept on going after him.
Good point. Good point.
And actually, Coach Tressel, what they did to him was terrible, too, with the golden pants and all that crap. Yeah. That was bull, too.
Yeah, that was.
Didn't they have to forfeit those games?
Yeah, and they had a bowl ban.
That's the wrong thing we're saying. I think they're going to have to forfeit. I just an opinion. I think they're going to have to forfeit those games. I think they'll forfeit the national championship.
I think that's on the table. That's why Michigan is dug in and fighting this, because if that's the only thing they were really worried about, to be honest.
And I got a lot of respect for Michigan. I give you credit, too. This past year, they could have folded the tents. They didn't have a very good year. What did they do? They beat Ohio State at Columbus.
Fair and square.
They embarrassed Alabama in a bowl game with their JV team.
And we didn't have some of our best players.
I just said they had their JV team. I just said that. You don't have to rub it in.
I was going through the gate, by the way. Thank you.
All right. Well, you got to go. We hope so.
No. I said show my ID to get through the gate. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you had to go. Well,
tell them to tackle you and beat you down for not coming there. I'm kidding.
No, I'm good.
No, I'm kidding.
Now we love you, respect you, but you're just different when it comes to this football thing with Michigan. Now, if Alabama did it, I'd be doing the exact same thing you're doing. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't. I'd just say, hey, you know what? We cheated. We saw it. I'm not blind. I saw that he cheated. We all know it, and they shouldn't have done that.
The Fab Five with Weber and all that, you know, with the booster Bill Martin, I think or Ed Martin, you know, and we suffer the consequences for that, you know.
Yeah.
Took down the banners.
I like
and all
that. Now you're talking. There you go.
Yeah. We had a baseball scandal and all that.
You got a football scandal now.
Wait till everything comes out. But there's so much people making much ado about nothing and fake news and all that and all that stuff. You don't know what to believe, so I'm just holding judgment.
Yeah.
You know, that's it.
Let me ask you this. What do you think about these females that we didn't get any support about eliminating this forever, where they could think they're a female and go play sports? I don't want my grandkids having to deal with that in the future.
No, a biological male should not be playing girl sports. I got 3 daughters.
Yeah.
And it's not right. And look at all these girls, biological females, that are getting hurt by these biological males thinking they're girls and all that, and they're getting hurt, like that volleyball player, you know, and then the boxer and the Olympics and all that stuff. I mean,
look at the advantage you get.
It's not right.
It's not.
It's not right.
Those guys have an advantage. That's the reason they're doing it. And actually, it's the exact same thing that Michigan did in football. They knew it wasn't right. It gave them a huge advantage.
Oh, that is sick comparing apples and oranges. That is sick. You are a sick individual.
It's wrong. It's wrong. Right?
No. Oh, my God.
You got
you have stooped to a new low. Smitty, put that on tape. He has stooped to a new low.
Oh, man. We love you, brother. We do. You know what?
That's sick. I want to puke right now.
No, seriously. I really think, just my opinion, I think Harbaugh, you know, they got embarrassed down at the Citrus Bowls at the game. I looked at his players doing warm-up. I watched Bama's players right there on the field level. And I'm like, this is no way Michigan's going to beat this team. Yeah. I think he saw that. I think he got frustrated at what they do in the SEC, and they're winning all those championships. We're going to have to change what we do. We're going to have to do whatever we got to do to get to the top. I think that's the reason he let whatever was going on. Were we doing things in the past in the SEC that were not right? Absolutely we did.
Right.
You know, in recruiting and everybody. And I'm kind of like you. everybody does it. That was our excuse. Yeah, it is what it is. But we're going to man up to it. And now everything's legal. Now that everything's legal, we're not the powers anymore.
I think the biggest problem for Michigan is the leaks are coming from within Michigan. There's somebody that's disgruntled over there that really didn't like Harbaugh, that's feeding all this information to the private firm and to the NCAA, and that's bad because when it comes from within, it's hard to fight that because it's coming from somebody that was within the program. And some of them say it's Mike Hart. I'm not fully. I know he's been part of the investigation because he negotiated a resolution for himself, and he was told by a Rutgers coach that this was going on, and he was kind of shocked, and he went to the defensive coordinator and confronted him. They had another video guy that said, hey, you got to go to Georgia and record him, who refused to do it, went to Wink Martindale, I believe, at the time, and he said, just go do something else, but there's a lot of evidence that's coming out now. That
we got to take a break. Let Michigan Eddie go. Before we do it, Demons out. Do you want to repent? Do you want to just say right now you're wrong and get this over with?
Deny that championship.
Come on, just say we should not
deny your championship.
Come on, you can do it. You can do it.
But I'll tell you, after the first year or two, Harbaugh's honeymoon was over, and people were out to get him. They wanted him out and all that. Then he had an uphill battle, and then there was problems with him and Manuel. That surfaced and all that, even though they were teammates.
Demons out. You got a chance. You want to say?
No, I ain't saying nothing. Go blue, baby, all the way. Detroit Rock City, man. That's it.
Hang up on him. All right, thanks for the call. We appreciate it. Roll Tide. Great job. Michigan Eddie, one and only. And we're just messing with him. We love giving him a hard time. We wasted 15 minutes with him, but that's okay. I love him. I love you, Michigan Eddie.
And destroyed my headphones in here.
Yes, I know. All right, let's talk about some of our wonderful people. Dr. Chad Mitchell, Dr. Ward, skin cancer can be deadly. You can listen to him Wednesday, 7:30 right now. If you're a female out there, you got to worry about breast cancer. You got to worry about skin cancer. That's the two biggest things they get. And Dr. Ward can definitely help you with the skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, feel right, there's offices throughout the Panhandle of Florida. 5 minutes can save your life. Go see Dr. Ward. Put it on your list. Make an appointment. Go do it. We'll be right back. 104.3. I love this guy. Jimmy Johnson's retiring from Fox. We'll talk about that when we get back.
Northwest Florida. Here's what's happening.
It's that time of year again. The Women's Civic Club of Panama City Beach presents the Spring Fling Juried Arts and Crafts Show, Saturday, March 8th from 9 to 3 at Frank Brown Park Recreation Center. Donation is only $1 for adults. Sponsored by the Women's Civic Club of Panama City Beach, a non-profit organization supporting charitable causes in Panama City Beach and ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Tuesday's weather. This afternoon and evening, there will be a strong breeze out of the south-southeast, some sun and 72. A chance of thunderstorms and clouds tonight, about the same at 64. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and a strong breeze right around 22 miles per hour with a high of 69. A bit colder at 62 Thursday, and we'll have mostly sunshine. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states. Auburn basketball is chasing another SEC championship.
Jones a screen, stopping top three straight away. It's Miles Kelly, right wing, outside the arc, working on Warren, three. Boom! Absolute dagger.
The Tigers clash with Texas A&M in College Station. Coverage at 7:30. Tip off at 8 p.m. tonight on your home for the Auburn Sports Network.
ESPN Northwest Florida, War Eagle.
He's a 10-foot-tall, barrel-chested beast man who showers in vodka and feeds his baby shrimp scampi.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Please welcome.
Pain don't hurt.
Live and local from the J. Michaels studio, the Coach James Hale Show, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey! Welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. I want to talk about Jimmy Johnson. Dave Weinstead was the defensive coordinator, and they recruited Pat Turner. Pat was a center at Lake Wills High School. I got a picture of us three in my office. This is back in the early 80s. And Jimmy Johnson, well, mid-80s sometime. Jimmy Johnson walked in with a suit on. He looked like every hair, everything was perfect with this guy. The shoes. I mean, no, it was just like stunning. Like, dang, this guy dresses nice.
Yeah.
And the only guy I can think about that came in like that in recruiting was Saban. Nick Saban, when he came in our office at Arnold. Same thing. Saban dresses like you would not believe and looked perfect. But you talking about a great man. Weinstead was a great guy, too. I loved him. He was a great guy. And this was early in the 80s. This was a long time ago. Pat commits to Miami, plays center. He's driving, and I've got 90, whatever the road is, from Lake Wills to Vero Beach. There was a terrible wreck. His girlfriend got hurt. Pat had pins in his leg, everything. His arm, he almost died. I mean, he was in the hospital for a long time. Jimmy Johnson made sure he checked on him, talking to the family, everything. You know what he did? This is before he signed the scholarship. Jimmy Johnson still signed him to a scholarship. He still let him be part of the football program. He was going to be like a student assistant and everything like that. Pat went down there and didn't stay a very long time. I don't know what happened, but he didn't stay that long. But he loved Jimmy Johnson. His mom and dad loved Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson is a great human being.
Yeah.
He's a great man. He won the national championship in Miami after Howard Snellenberger built it up. He came, I think, from Oklahoma State, built that thing up in Miami. Then he takes a job with the Dallas Cowboys, and he didn't take all those first-round draft picks. He took a lot of second, third round. He knew there was good players in later rounds, got more of them, and he wins back-to-back Super Bowls, 92 and 93. Then he goes to work, him and the owner, Jerry, get into it. Weren't they teammates at Oklahoma?
Yes, no, Arkansas.
Yeah, and
Dallas hasn't been the same since. They won one more with Switzer, but that's downhill. But think about if
Barry won it with what Jimmy built.
Think if Jimmy had been there for 10, 15 years, what that team could have done with Aikman, Smith, Irving, the defense.
Just think what they would think about him now. You're right. I mean, you're exactly right. But he's in the Hall of Fame anyway.
I remember the I think it was the second Super Bowl, the trophy ceremony. Jimmy Johnson was holding the thing, and Jones went over there and ripped it out of his hand and held it above his head like he was the king of the world. And I was like, something's wrong right there. Yeah. And I think 2 years later, he was gone.
This is the kind of guy he is. He says, counting the Super Bowl wins, the national championship wins, nothing was like working for Fox. I worked with my best friends every weekend. So he loved the people he worked for. He respected them. He cares about them. This is the kind of guy he is. He loved his players. He loved his coaching staff.
You remember when he went on Survivor?
No.
Yeah, he went on Survivor.
I remember that show. He didn't make it very long.
No, he didn't make it very long.
Was he naked?
Well, they were out in the woods. He didn't have to do it. He was rich.
Out there in his underwear.
He actually
I thought
kind
this one where they're naked.
Out there with a bunch of
were they naked?
people.
Is that the show that they're butt naked?
No, it's not naked. It's just out in the woods. They're building fires and living off the land on an island and stuff. But he went on that show, and I think he gave up his spot for this lady that was a little less fortunate than him because he knew he had money. He didn't want to go too far anyway. So you can tell right then he was a good man and that he would just challenge himself and do these crazy things and just had a really good respectable life.
The place he was at, was it real hot?
Oh, yeah.
It was like Fiji Island or something.
Okay.
It's like an undeveloped island where they live.
You never watched Survivor? You need to get out more, Coach.
It was filmed by Montgomery.
Hell, I lived that life. I walked to school 10 miles one way. Come on,
uphill both ways.
Yes.
In the snow in Alabama.
The snow, yes. Blizzards.
Over broken glass.
Yes. Ants.
With
tigers.
No shoes. He didn't have his shoes and helmet on either.
The tigers didn't really worry me. It was the lion, the king of the lion.
Shovel over here, please.
Anyway, getting back to Jimmy, he said the last 4 or 5 years he's been thinking about it. Once you start thinking about it, it's about time.
Yep.
I've been thinking. But 31 straight years he's done it. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss the people. He got a little sad about it, but this guy was incredible. 1987 national championship, back-to-back Super Bowl winner, 1992 and 93. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame. He's in the NFL Hall of Fame. The legendary Jimmy Johnson. I love him.
Jimmy Johnson, his accomplishments a lot of times get glossed over. He won a national championship at Miami and then won the Super Bowl. And there aren't many college coaches that have done that.
No.
Him and Barry Switzer, I think, are the only ones that come to mind. Right off, Urban Meyer didn't do it.
No.
Nick Saban
didn't do it. Steve
Bill
Spurrier.
Belichick. Bill hadn't done it yet.
Spurrier didn't do it. So
that's a good point. Yeah.
What he did was really, really remarkable. He's a great coach.
Yeah.
Really
and we
is.
got to be fair and balanced. I love Barry Switzer, but he won that off what Jimmy Johnson did.
Sure, yeah, because he didn't win one after that.
Yeah, it kind of went downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like Barry Switzer, too. I know a lot of people. His book, you ever read his book, Barry Switzer's book, Son of a Bootlegger? Everybody go, why? Because he did certain things. Well, if you maybe see how he was raised, you could see that. But he turned out to be, that guy was great. I mean, he did some things that were shady, but he had a tough life, and I got a lot of respect for the guy. The players loved him.
Did Pete Carroll win a Super Bowl?
Yeah, didn't he? Didn't Pete Carroll win the Super? No, they.
Or did they?
They did win one.
To New England, didn't they?
No, but they won one.
I think they did.
They would have won. They would have won two.
Yeah. That's when they didn't run Marshawn Lynch.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Did they win it at USC or did they strip?
I just remember he had it won in
2004. They won.
The
but
Patriots
they might have taken it away.
The kid from Troy intercepted the pass in the end zone. All they had to do was run the ball. And remember they throw the ball.
That was the
Wasn't
worst.
that Pete? Yeah, that was Pete.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
First to go for the one with Marshawn Lynch, and you throw a
What do you
slant that could get tipped in the air and intercepted.
What do you think?
That was cringe-worthy there.
Where's he at now?
He's the coach at the Raiders.
Going to be the Raiders.
With Chip Kelly.
That's right. I forgot. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the Raiders coach, Gruden? What's going on with him now?
I think the Tampa Bay Bucks just put him back in the Ring of Honor because he had that.
But he's not coaching, right?
I don't think he's coaching. He's got a little bit older. I don't think he wants to come back and coach. He's doing some TV, I think.
Why would you want to do all that? Put that much time in anything anymore.
How much money they make on TV? These guys are making $20-30 million a year just doing TV. I was shocked. Brady signed a $200-some million contract for like 6 years. I was like, dang, why would you play football if you're going to make that much?
Right.
And then you got Tony Romo up there having a few drinks during the game and getting a little belligerent at times. This is funny.
Yeah, Matt Cowart's birthday today. One of my tight ends back in the guys 20-something years ago.
Nice.
25
Happy
years
birthday,
ago.
man.
Matt's birthday. His dad's the legendary Mark Cowart down on 38 selling real estate. How much time we got? 2 minutes. All right, Jason, let's talk about your store. Let's get a lot of love.
Yeah, so we have a sample bar at our stores at both locations. You can come down and try our proteins, our pre-workouts, our vitamins, our intra-workout products. We got some mass gainers for the high school kids that we've been selling a lot of. So if you want to come down, you don't have to buy anything to try our products out. We just want you to kind of get an understanding of what we sell. We also have our InBody 570. That's a great tool for athletes to be able to track skeletal muscle and percent body fat so we can show you the results over time that you're getting. We have certified sports nutritionists on staff if you want to sign up for a meal plan and get really detailed on what to eat, when to eat it. But we are located on 23rd Street in the Del Coronado Village and in Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods.
We hope you have a wonderful day today. Jim, thank you for being here. Jason, thank you so much. And Wildcat, you are the man. There's no doubt about that. We do want to apologize for Michigan Eddie calling and ruining the show today, but we love him.
Yeah.
And seriously, if you're a Michigan fan, we're just doing this. I'm just doing this to bust his butt. I enjoy getting on to him. You two guys are kind of real on it.
I'm trying to keep it real.
I was telling them between the break that we got a couple, Barb and Frank down there. They're from Cincinnati, Ohio. They love the Buckeyes like you would not believe. They don't have a lot of love at all for Harbaugh or Michigan. So the hate is real. They just really don't.
Oh, it's got so intense over the last 5 years. I mean, from the time Stallions got there and then beating us that way and still having that cloud over it, winning the national title. You see what the boosters did at Ohio State after they won the title. They're like, Downs, Jeremiah Smith. I mean, here's $25 million. Now go get it done. So it's very much intensified.
The
that
best thing that ever happened to Ohio State Buckeyes was losing that game to Michigan. Best thing. Doesn't happen to you, happens for you. that negative situation turned to a positive. That setback to a comeback. Nobody's ever beaten that many teams in a row, much less in a season. They did it in a row.
The top 5 teams, I think they beat 6 that year.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
They were good. There's no doubt about it. We'll be right back. We'll be out. We're gone. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Your home for college basketball. ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Auburn Tigers are SEC champions. The number 1 ranked Tigers